And welcome to another edition of the 411. I am your host, Matt Mika. Today's show, we have Mika's Monday Minute. As well, we'll be talking about that Notre Dame-Florida State game, as well as Peyton Manning and DeMarco Murray and what they did this Sunday. It's all coming up here on the 411. Let's go.
This is the 411. Your host, Matt Mika.
What a game in Tallahassee Saturday night between Florida State and Notre Dame. It proved to be everything everyone suspected it was going to be. It was unbelievable. From the opening kickoff to the last minute, it was high intensity, high pressure for the entire game. Florida State, they continue their streak of unbeaten. They're 7-0 on the year so far, and they're taking the best shots from every single team this year. Jameis Winston, he still hasn't lost in his college career, but what a game plan by Notre Dame. They were going to throw it all around. They were going to be aggressive, and that's what they did. They had nothing to lose. Everyone didn't really think they were going to win this game. There was a lot of pressure on Florida State, all the scrutiny surrounding that team, especially Jameis Winston, and they were attack mode, Notre Dame was. They were going to fight. They were attacking Jameis Winston. They were blitzing all night. A great game plan by Notre Dame. The last minute of the game, it was unbelievable. I haven't seen a game like that in a very long time between two powerhouse opponents, two juggernaut opponents, and it was fantastic to watch because what Notre Dame was doing, Everett Golson, tremendous quarterback, and he grew up a lot during that game. People were questioning about his ability to hold on to the football, ability to make precision passing, ability to make big plays in big moments. Remember, he hasn't lost a regular season game. The only loss before this game was to Alabama in the national championship. So going into this game, there was a lot of pressure on him as well because people didn't know if he could shine in big moments, and he did. And of course, the penalty at the end of the game was a clear-cut offensive pass interference. You can't block the defender like that on a rub play. And of course, it was a lot of pressure on the ref to throw that in that situation. But again, it was the correct call. Here's the biggest thing. The 4th and 18 play, I was scratching my head what was going on. I really thought it was over, but Everett Golson, he escapes the pocket, and Robinson was wide open along the sideline. A terrific play. If Notre Dame wins that game, that play right there goes down in Notre Dame lore. And it was a tremendous game from opening kickoff to the last minute. Now, heading forward into the next week, my prediction, the top 4 for the playoffs is wide open. Again, the 3 teams are clear-cut. Florida State, Mississippi State, Ole Miss, undefeated. You got to give the nods to them. Then that 4th slot, it can go to a lot of teams. You can think of Michigan State. You can think of Oregon. I don't see another SEC team going in that spot. I really don't. I think Alabama's overrated right now. I really don't think they should be in the top 5. I don't think they should be in the top 10, to be honest with you. They haven't played up to their standard. They had a big win last week against Texas A&M, but I don't see them as a top 10 team. So I have to give the nod to Michigan State or Oregon. Now, again, you think Oregon beat Michigan State, but then again, Oregon lost to Arizona, and which loss is better or worse? You have to think about it that way. So right now, I would have to give the nod to either Michigan State or Oregon, and if I have to choose one, I would actually pick Michigan State because of their body of work. They lost to Oregon, which is a better loss than, especially at Eugene, than Oregon losing to Arizona at Eugene. So I have to give the nod to Michigan State to represent the Big Ten in that 4th slot. But then again, it's college football. It'll probably change next week. We have no idea. It's unbelievable what's happening this year, and it's going to be fun to watch moving along. The Dallas Cowboys, a huge victory over the New York Giants, 31-21. But the bigger story, DeMarco Murray, 7 consecutive games with 100 yards or more. 56 years since Jim Brown did that for 6 consecutive games. And DeMarco Murray, he's a beast right now. He's going beast mode. And what the Cowboys are doing, they're proving to the rest of the league that they are the team to beat in the NFC. They're playing really well right now. Tony Romo, he's establishing himself. He's proving that he's one of the elite quarterbacks in this game. And DeMarco Murray is having a fantastic year. The Cowboys are clicking on all cylinders, and they're riding high on the wave right now. And it's going to be very tough for any team to beat them because of that confidence. Going on to December and moving along with the year, they're the team to beat right now in the NFC. No one's really wondering what's going on with the Saints, the Seahawks. They're struggling a little bit. And the Cowboys are proving that they are an elite team in this league. And hats off to DeMarco Murray for an outstanding game. And I love what the Cowboys are doing with Tony Romo and DeMarco Murray, giving him more touches, and that's opening up the passing game to Dez Bryant, and they're clicking on all cylinders right now. Peyton Manning breaks the record and becomes the all-time leader in touchdowns thrown in a career, 510 right now, and it's unbelievable what he's done throughout his entire career. The real question is, will that record ever be broken? It's a good question to ask, because you wonder if a guy like Andrew Luck will break that record. I mean, the way the game has changed and has progressed to more open, and it's more explosive and big time plays, and the quarterback has more freedom to throw the ball, and there is a chance, but I don't know if a quarterback can sustain that long of a career. I don't know if there will be ever a quarterback that can have a career like Peyton Manning, a career like Brett Favre, where they can go deep in their career and still have the same success they can in year 1, 2, and 3. It's unreal how the game has developed, and that's thanks to Peyton Manning and company, how the study of game film and the preparation to a game and the breaking down of coverages has evolved because of Peyton Manning. And I think that we all need to take a step back and realize what a tremendous athlete, what a tremendous quarterback, what a tremendous person Peyton Manning is. These things don't happen very often, and we take it for granted because it's a typical normal Sunday for him, throwing for 4 touchdowns. But taking a step back and realizing the magnitude of the moment, it's pretty unbelievable what he has done throughout his entire career. And that's the thing, he's not done. That's the beautiful thing about Peyton Manning, is he is not done, and he's still hungry for more. And that's the thing with Peyton Manning. He lives, breathes, eats, sleeps football. He really does. Everything he does is about football. And seeing greatness firsthand is truly a blessing to watch. And I think we all have to take a step back and realize what a tremendous quarterback Peyton Manning is. Is he the best ever? Arguments there. I mean, there's different arguments you can go with: postseason, Super Bowl rings, but breaking down coverages and going into a regular season, I mean, he's the best of all time in my opinion, because that's what he does. He breaks down, and he's a coach on the field. I love the saying where in high school he was a college player, and at college he was an NFL player. And an NFL player, he's a head coach. That's really what he is, and that's what he symbolizes, is a new trend of quarterbacks, a new breed of quarterbacks. And I really don't think that record will ever be broken, because he's not done. He might play for a couple more years, and he might get to 700 touchdowns. It's unbelievable what he is doing right now, and congrats to him and the Denver Broncos for another amazing performance. Do the Seattle Seahawks need to press the panic button? In my opinion, no, not yet, but I am questioning their toughness, their mindset right now going forward. I don't know. I think there's a lot of concern in that locker room. I think that locker room is kind of broken up and separated a little bit. Loss of Percy Harvin. They're 3-3 right now. They could be 2-4. They had a win against the Denver Broncos early in the year in overtime, and they could be 2-4. They're 3-3. They lost again this week to the St. Louis Rams, 28-26. Granted, they came back well, and Russell Wilson and that offense and that defense played well in the second half. But that's the biggest thing with the Seattle Seahawks right now. They're entering games like they're thinking they're going to win, but every single team is going to give their best shot against the defending Super Bowl champs. And that's what they have to have. They have to have that hunger, that desire, that passion like they did last year. And I really don't see it week to week. They have all the talent. They have all the experience. They have the best players on the field on paper. But that attitude, that swagger, that determination, and that fight to be the best, I don't see it right now. And I think they're struggling for answers, and they're taking the best shots from every single team. And they could have won that game, but St. Louis, got to give credit to them. I love the play calls they had during that game. They have nothing to lose. Everyone predicted that they were going to lose that game. They go out, they lay it all on the line. The fake punt at the end of the game. If either way, they're going to lose that game, because granted, the Seattle Seahawks, they're playing very well. Russell Wilson, he's firing on all cylinders, and they were going to capitalize on that drive and go ahead and win the game on a last second drive. But got to give credit to St. Louis, because they knew either way they were going to lose. If they didn't make it, they were going to score. If they punted it, Jeff Fisher knew that the Seattle Seahawks were probably going to go down and score. So going for the fake punt, having a quarterback as a punter in high school, it's a big positive, big momentum boost for the St. Louis Rams going forward. But right now, what is going Seattle? I don't know. I don't see that same fight, that same tenacity as I did last year. And that wraps up another edition of the 411. I am your host, Matt Mika. Our next segment, Mika's Monday Minute, where I will be breaking down every single NFL game in 1 minute. In case you missed it, here we go. Falcons go on the road. They lose to the Ravens 29-7. Big win for the Rams. What's going on with Seattle? 28-26 in favor of the Rams. Big win on the road for the Dolphins, 27-14 over Chicago. Redskins, they proved victorious against the Titans 19-17. No one is panicking in Green Bay anymore. Aaron Rodgers, big day, 38-17 against Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Jaguars, they defeat the Browns 24-6. Andrew Luck, big day against the Cincinnati Bengals, 27-0. Bills, they win at home against the Minnesota Vikings, 17-16. Arizona Cardinals go on the road in Oakland, 24-13 in favor of the Cardinals. Big day for DeMarco Murray, hats off to him, 31-21. Cowboys, Detroit Lions beat Drew Brees and the Saints, 24-23. Kansas City goes on the road in San Diego, wins by a field goal, 23-20. Big day for Peyton Manning, hats off to him, 42-17 against the 49ers. And the New England Patriots prove victorious on Thursday Night Football, 27-25 against the Jets.